Hello guys, welcome back, or if you're not coming back and this is your first time, hello, I would love to have you stick around, hit that subscribe button, or the like. Both of them are free, it doesn't cost you anything. I, I would just like that if you could do it for me, I'd appreciate it, but this is my Batwoman Season 2, Episode 3, Batgirl Magic, review. I thought this episode was way better than the last. I don't think it was better than the first episode of the season, but this episode was still pretty good. But let's get into that intro right now. We start off this episode with Victor Zsasz going to assassinate this dude, and they don't specify, it's just a woman. But I really liked this part because we started off with Victor Zsasz. Victor Zsasz was the best part of this episode. He reminded me very much of John Cryer's Lex Luthor in the way he acts and looks, with the goatee and the bald head. I liked that he ran out of scars. He like space on his body for the scars, and so we went for like his head. So that I just liked that makeup process. Must have been awful. But then Ryan goes to Mary, and Ryan basically gets a job at Kate's bar, which now is owned by Mary. Yeah, I'll let it happen. But then we wake up on not we, Alice wakes up on Sophia's Island. Coriana, I think, is the name, and she is not freaked out at all. But Sophie is really freaked out, man. Because also this island, I think it's the place where they filmed Lian Yu, like the beach scenes. But then Sophia talks to Alice, and I really like their dynamic. It's really the season 1 villain and the season 2 villain talking to each other. And right now, when they talk to each other, Sophia doesn't seem like that big of a threat. But later in the episode, she feels like a big threat, you know, with what she has, Kate's necklace and stuff. And I'm not sure how I feel about Sophia yet. I'll have to see her in more episodes to deliver my opinion. But then Zsasz kills a guy in Hamilton Dynamics or whatever. I didn't even know they had a company, man. But they see this on the security camera in the Batcave, and Brian recognizes that it was Zsasz, and Luke does his thing where he's like, "What? No!" Even though like Luke has to warm up to Ryan because I don't know, Ruby Rose isn't coming back, man. But they decide to have Batwoman go after Zsasz in the beginning, and I felt that this confrontation wasn't really a threat. Zsasz was just joking around the whole time, really. He mentions how the suit doesn't really make Ryan look like Batwoman, so that's some foreshadowing to some that it's just hinting that she's gonna get a new suit. But Zsasz had an RPG for some reason. But like an RPG, man, that's a little extreme. You're seriously, I bet that would kill her, but like I don't know. But then since that plan doesn't work, they have Ryan talk to Zsasz because Ryan knows people who know Zsasz. And then they have a fun conversation. I don't really remember much. after that, we go back to Alice and Sophia at Coriana, and they're talking about how, like, Alice stole the desert rose and stuff from the island, and that, like, cured people. And speaking of the desert rose, that is what, is curing, Mary has that to cure her patients. Like, that lady got cured of cancer. But then, after that, Zaz, comes into Mary's place, and, seriously, Mary, you just threw stuff at him. You didn't even try. One of my favorite parts about this confrontation was when, Zaz looks in the mirror and he saw Mary, like, one of the scalpels cut him, and he goes, "That's not how this works. I cut you and then I cut me." That made me laugh. But I don't think Mary, like, how did Mary survive this? I mean, Zaz really could have killed her if he wanted to. He was walking really slow. Like, come on. And when Zaz killed Mary's assistant, or, like, co-worker, she didn't really care, man. But then, that's, after that, Batwoman comes, to save the day, and as she always does, but I don't think this suit was made in enough time. Like, she was just looking at the suit before she redid it. Like, I don't believe that suit's made out of that same base material, but this suit looks pretty great, and, the suit just looks really good. The emblem, there's a scene in the bar, I forgot to put the pictures up, but, Luke is finally coming around to Ryan, and Ryan has her own battery, and that was also something I liked from the beginning of this episode, when Ryan couldn't throw the batarangs, because there's this throwaway line in season 1, where, Kate couldn't throw the batarangs because they were made to Bruce's arm length. But, of course, Batwoman takes out, Victor Zaz by a staff to the temple. Just like a staff to the head. This is Batwoman, not Robin, but I don't really care. Staff is a great weapon for any, person in the Bat family to use. But anyway, he gets defeated really fast. I want Zaz to come back again. I loved him. But here we see that Sophia has Kate's necklace, and basically confirms that Sophia did not blow up Kate's plane, which she probably did. Well, it's very confusing. We don't know who, but who would else have? Not Alice, not Sophia. Like, Black Mask? I don't know. But after this, Alice and Sophie get taken off the island and returned home to Gotham, where I don't know how far Gotham and Coriana are. That's like a long plane ride if they are. And then, Adair Whisper and, Whisper Adair and Sophie have a good conversation when, they're when they're talking to each other. I feel like, Sophia is basically Batwoman's Ra's al Ghul, except Ra's al Ghul was used an arrow. But, Sophie survived, which means Sophia likes her. But then Jacob has Kate's phone, and he mentions that there's really a painting made by Jack Napier on there. But then, these two agents are talking, and they mention the False Face Society and a Black Mask, which I know he's supposed to be one of the main villains of this season, but that's still exciting. But, yeah, that's basically my review. I really liked this episode. I thought Victor Zaz was a great villain. I really hope he returns. I hope by the end of this season or the show, if he returns that much, Calendar Man, how he has like the little things around his head, the little marks for a calendar. I really hope we get something like that for Victor Zaz by the end of the season, if he ever comes back. I just think Victor Zsasz was really cool. He reminded me a lot of Lex Luthor, who's my favorite character on Supergirl, because he's amazing on Supergirl. But anyway, that's my review for this episode. I basically got nothing else to say, so I'm just gonna let you choose another video, and goodbye.